Hi everybody. Today I am going to continue our topic on quadratic equations. If you remember, we had already three videos on this. We learned how to factorize quadratic equations, how to solve them by factorization. We learned the complete and incomplete quadratic equations. Today we are going to continue our topic by solutions using the completing the square method. So we are going to learn solutions by completing the square method. This method can be used by all students who study in ninth grade, in eighth grades, and also who study for prepare for attestat exam, SAT programs, and so on. I would like to start with the idea. Before I start, I would like to give the idea what we intend to do. So first of all, let's remember this formula. If you all remember, a plus b squared is equal, if you expand this, formula, we are going to get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So here we have, you can see the square of the first one, then the square of the second one, and also there is a midterm, which is 2ab, 2 times first and second. So this formula is the formula that we are going to use here for our calculations. Now let's go on with application. Suppose that we have such an equation: x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. Let's solve this quadratic equation. So if we write our formula, a plus b squared again is equal a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So looking here, we can see that our a corresponds to x. So it's x squared plus. Instead of midterm, here we have 4x, which means that 2 times the first variable x times 2. Because to get 4 here, we need to multiply 2 by 2. So it's 2 times x times 2 plus. I need to get, this is b, so this is a, and this is b, so 2ab. If you remember, we need to add here b squared. So this is a squared. We need to add here b squared. So how to make b squared here? We can take b and add it to squared. However, you cannot take and add to one side. You're going to also to add it to another side. So plus 3 is here is equal. We add 2 squared to both sides. So these 2 squares we added to both sides, which to make the completion here. So 2 squared, 2 squared. Now let's look what we get. It's x plus 2 squared plus 3 equals to 4. Now x plus 2 squared is equal 4 minus 3. We know that x plus 2 squared in this case is equal to 1, which means that here the square, which number has got the square equals to 1? There are two numbers. X plus 2 should be equal to 1 first, and x plus 2 should be equal to negative 1. So there can be two such numbers, 1 and negative 1. So 1 square equals to 1, and negative 1 square equals to again 1. So from here, x equals to 1 minus 2, which is negative 1, and x equals to minus 1 minus 2, which is negative 3. So we have, so the roots x1 equals to negative 1, and x2 equals to negative 3. Let's do another example here. So let's suppose we are given x squared plus, or maybe let's take the case minus x squared minus 6x plus 5 equals to 0. Let's try to solve this by completing this square. Again, let me write it. A minus b squared is equal a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So let's define what is a, what is b here. Again, seemingly x is a, so x squared minus, you can see 6, we can write 2 by 3. So it's possible to write 6 by 3. So here, obviously, we have 2 times x, 2 times the first variable and times the second variable, which is 3 here in our case. So it is a squared minus 2ab plus this is b squared. But b squared is 3 squared. So plus, we said that we should add 3 squared to both sides. So to this equation, we add 3 squared to both sides. In this case, look, x minus 3 squared. This is the expansion of x minus 3 squared plus 5 equals to 9. Actually, x minus 3 squared equals to 4. From here, we might continue. X minus 3 squared equals to 4. Obviously, x minus 3 is equals to 2, and x minus 3 is equals to negative 2. So for 2, it's 2 minus 3, negative 1. And here, it's minus 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3, it's 5, sorry. 5. Minus 2 plus 3, it's 1. So there are 2 roots here, 5 and 1. Of course, there exist some other ways. For example, we can use Viet's theorem and some other things to complete this idea to solve it easily. But our purpose today is to learn completing the square case. So we are learning the case where we try to solve the equation by this method. Because sometimes in questions, especially in SAT type questions, they ask us to do mainly this method. If you don't apply this method, you risk losing points here. So this is the method which is sometimes required individually, not only by SAT, it's also required by IGCSE program also. So let's do one more and then complete. It's not important always. If you look here, we get here the full complete number, yeah, 2 minus 2. It's not important to always get this complete number. Today, now I am going to write another example where we are going to get irrational number. So let's write x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. So again, I am going to write a minus b squared is equal a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So a squared is x squared, so it's obvious, minus 3 we can write as 2 times x times 1.5. We said that we add to both sides the square of this number, 1.5 squared plus 1 and 1.5 squared. So you can see here that we have this complete. It's x minus 1.5 squared equals 1.5 squared, it is 2.25 minus 1. This one we convert to next side. So again, x minus 1.5 squared equals to 2.25 minus 1, it's 1.25. And here we get x minus 1.25 equals 1's to positive number, and x minus 1.5 equals to negative 1.25, negative 1.25. So obviously from here we get x under root, yeah, under root, again, minus under root. So we shouldn't forget this. This is the exercise because we want to show that from here we don't get any exact number. And that's why we are going to call it irrational number. So it's equal, x equals to under root 1.25 plus 1.5, and x equals to minus under root 1.25 plus 1. So there are two roots. It's under root 1.25 plus 1.5. This is our first root. And the second root minus 1.25 plus 1.4. So two different roots. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful for you. We are going to continue this, extend these topics to another ones, another dimensions. Also, if you need any related topics to be explained, do not hesitate to write me on the comment page, on the comments. I will, of course, deal with these requests and try to make new videos to explain whatever topics you don't understand, especially for those who prepare for the exams at school. I wish you good luck in your exams, by the way, and hopefully meeting in our next video.